Folks, we have Max Morgan, Coach Baldwin, Garrett Grayson.
Let me make an opening statement for these kids.
Everybody ready back there?
Of course, that's not the way we wanted to end the season, but this team won 10 games, and it's a special team. And in the locker room, we told them 10 wins is still special. Regardless of not finishing the way we wanted, 10 wins for this football team was something special for them to do. And we're darn proud of them as assistant coaches, as players, and as a university. We got beat by a better football team today. They were more physical than us. I think they were faster than us. But again, it still comes down to us. We didn't execute the way we wanted. And perhaps they took that with the execution. But they are a really good football team. We knew they were, and they took it to us. Okay.
What did you feel like was missing when you started?
You know, they hit us with an explosive play right off the bat. And normally we start fast, and they started fast. And then we went 3 and out, and they hit us again with a long run. And their explosiveness early hurt us, and especially the running back, some key runs. Then we came back, and we battled in, and I think the turning point was we had a chance in the third quarter, get a penalty and then miss a field goal, or get a sack and then miss a field goal. And it turned on us at that time. And that's what happened at that time.
Did you feel like they were just better prepared?
I don't think they were better prepared. I think we knew what they were going to do. I think we missed some tackles. I don't think we knew that 21 and their backs were that fast. We knew 8 was that fast. We knew that their D-line was going to put pressure on us, and when four guys can put pressure on you, it's harder to get open. And that's what they did. They didn't blitz but 6 times during the game. I mean, it wasn't a bliss fest. So I think they were more physical up front and faster on offense than we ever gave them credit for.
Max, what about their zone read kind of caused the most troubles for you guys?
Obviously, we were prepared for the zone read. They're giving it to us out of a couple different formations that we hadn't seen yet. A couple missed tackles, like we said, a couple missed assignments. Hindsight's 20/20, but you got to give credit to them in their scheme and their execution.
Garrett, when you're not able to run the ball, how much more pressure does it put on you?
You know, it just allows their D-line to kind of pin their ears back, I guess, and you know that's obviously something you don't want to do. You know, don't want to allow a D-line like that to be able to do that. That's why they lead the country in sacks, and you know you have to give them credit. They're physical up front, like Coach was saying, and you know that showed today.
Garrett, you came into this game so confident. How surprised are you at what happened out there?
You know, I'm very surprised, to be honest, I guess. I thought, you know, I never in a million years, you know, saw that score happening. You know, like Coach said, I think we were more than prepared. That wasn't the thing at all. I think they just came out and kind of punched us in the mouth, and I don't think we necessarily punched them back like we have done so many times. So.
You guys, I realize the season's been over for 15 years, but the 10-win season, does this put a tarnish on anything, and how will you look at this season now in retrospect?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think it tarnishes it at all. I think anytime you win 10 games, I think you should always be proud of that. Not many teams in the country can say that they won 10 games. So obviously, like Coach said, that's something we didn't want to come out here today and have that score, you know, have that happen. But, you know, we came out this season and we won 10 games, and I think everybody at the end of the day should be proud of themselves.
Yeah, 10 wins is a big accomplishment, and for me, I'm sure Garrett feels the same way as a senior. You want to look back at what you left behind, and hopefully the younger guys and everyone else can continue growing on what we built and get better even next year.
Was ultimately losing your coach, having your coach leave when he did, how he did, deflating, and did it affect you guys too?
No, I don't think so at all. I think Coach Baldwin did a hell of a job. He held us all accountable. You know, like I said, guys were a little bit more relaxed with Coach Baldwin and not so uptight, not so scared. And I think, you know, Coach, like I said, I think he did a hell of a job. People were kind of able to play within themselves and just have some fun and enjoy the game. And That's something, we were all thankful for, to be able to just enjoy ourselves and kind of have some fun with it.
I like to think this team's mature enough to know, and I think that they are, that 10 wins don't fall in your lap. You do it a certain way by your preparation and how you practice, and I don't think that changed at all with the transition.
You mentioned a couple times they rushed for 300-plus yards. You only rushed for 12. Are those the two biggest surprises that maybe hit you about this game, is how well they were able to run it, how little you were able to?
No doubt about their offense being able to run the ball like they were able to do, and us not being able to run the ball on offense. Those two factors, if you can't run the ball, then they're where they want to be with their D-line, because they do tee off on you. And we couldn't find a way. We kept trying different formations and just couldn't get it. And truthfully, it's my fault, because I think that we could find a way, and I just couldn't. So.
Dave, is it fair to say this is just a better Utah team than you guys maybe gave them credit for going into the game?
Oh, we gave them credit. I don't want to ever say that I didn't think that they were. I've played Utah before. They were everything I thought on defense, everything, and much better than I thought on offense. You don't go into UCLA, you don't go into Stanford, you don't go into the big house at Michigan, which I did at Michigan State for years, and win unless you're a really good football team. And then they beat SC at home. So they were prepared, and they were better than us today.
Garrett, you knew they were going to connect you in the second half when they had to throw the ball, come from behind. How much more difficult did that make that you do what you wanted to be able to do, throwing the ball?
I don't think they necessarily came after us. Like Coach was saying, they didn't blitz very much throughout the game. I guess their D-line was just able to kind of pin their ears back and go, like I said before. And when you have the talent that they have at D-line, they're going to make plays. And at the end of the day, you just have to give them credit for it.
Garrett, you still have your jersey on. Is that because you were rushed in here, or you just don't want to take it off?
I don't want to take it off yet. It's bittersweet for sure.
You hit a milestone today. Does it make it harder to do something like that under these circumstances?
Yeah, to be honest, I could care less about it. I mean, we lost the game. That's all I care about.
Did you guys not feel like yourselves today? There were some drop passes that haven't been there before, some penalties, personal fouls. Did things just seem out of sorts this game, maybe because of the break, or what?
The personal fouls came in the second half, a couple of them, and they were dumb plays. Dumb plays is behind the ball. And we've had a couple of those all year long. And those are things I didn't correct. We needed to correct that. We're going to drop some balls. Richard dropped a couple balls, but he hasn't done for 3 weeks. He caught everything. And that just doesn't happen. So did he not see it, or was late? I don't know. But we dropped a couple balls. We didn't execute as an offense the way we're supposed to.
Gary, you said it was bittersweet. Obviously, the loss is bitter, but is the sweet part kind of what Max talked about, leaving this legacy, leaving this program in a little bit better shape than
Yeah, I think, from where we came from as freshmen, and I'm sure Max that's what he's saying is, we were 3-9 for 3 years in a row, and to come, and win 10 games our senior year, something that, like I said, not many teams can say they can do. So to go out with a bang your senior year like that, it's pretty special. And like he said, hopefully, we left something behind that these kids, can keep it rolling.
Coach, you said you were so proud of these guys. Mostly what for?
Because anytime you work as hard as they had to all year long, and they followed through with everything we asked. And then to come into a situation that they were put in, maybe because of their success. Not one of them got into the media. Not one of them said negative things about anything. They acted class, and they continued to do the things. We had finals here this week. They followed through with that. Everything we asked of them. These are great young men that have showed maturity, and there's a reason why they won 10 games. It's because they're classy, and they're just great to be around.
I saw you walking off the field with a big smile on your face, applauding to the people in the crowd.
I was applauding the fans. When was the last time you sold out U Stadium? Twice. You walked around this facility, and it was packed. Our hotel was packed. Fans came out and supported us, and that's what it's all about. and we love them for that.
How do you deal with the idea that you and your staff contributed to so much success, and despite that, the future for you and your staff is uncertain?
It's very uncertain. There's no doubt about that. But being in this profession, as long as I've been in it, you understand that. And if you're in it for the true reasons, these guys right here, you do that and you don't worry about it. God's got a plan upstairs. He'll take care of us. The university has stepped up and they've done some beautiful things for all of us to go out and do what we need to do. And, you know, that's the profession. I've been on great teams. This just happened to be a great team that now we're 10-2 or 10-3 and we got to do some other things. So but you deal with it. Everybody, life is never fair and you deal with it. So we're going to deal with it.
I mean, if you're 3-9, you expect it, but does it hit you a little harder when you
No.
win 10?
No, you know, reality hits at some point at any time, and it hit us, you know. Each guy got a termination paper, that was given, and it was outstanding because it gave us dates and times and what to expect and all the things and what the university's done. And they've stepped up regardless of what they do, they stepped up and they did a great job.
Guys, both Garrett and Max, do you have any regrets if what happened today is cited? The wheels are in motion, what's going to happen is going to happen. But if what happened today affects the future of this staff?
I don't have any regrets. I think, you know, our president, our AD, if it comes down to that, they should talk to us, and you know, we'll obviously put in a good word and for good reason. These coaches, you know, like you guys were saying, don't know where they're going to be from now on, and you know, they never once talked about it, never once brought it up to us. They've always, you know, gave us their best effort, put us in situations to be successful. And you know, when you go home at night and you have to look your family in the eye and you don't know where you're going to be, that's pretty hard to do. So you have to give them all the credit in the world.
Max,
Max,
would you look at,
Max, can you answer that one too?
No regrets. When was the last time that Colorado State had 10 wins? That's what I've been trying to think of, and this staff had a huge part in that. And it's not, obviously there's a reason that there's more than one guy on a staff. These guys contributed as much, if not more. So I'm thankful to them for what they've been able to do for me in my career and help me win games and have fun and be able to experience these amazing things, the Las Vegas Bowl, which are things that I couldn't have imagined 3 years ago.
Max, you won't be back next year, but what's the message you want to give to the underclassmen that are, what advice do you give them to keep this going despite all the uncertainty they face?
Hopefully, the only thing I hope they learn from me is preparation and all the stuff you can do before the game that can help you be successful.
All right, you guys good?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.